Here's how you can make a search bar in Scratch. Like imagine these lists are tall enough and it has long lists. And if we need to find something from this list, we need a search bar, right? So in Scratch, I made it. So I'm gonna tell you how to make it. First, the output is like this. I will click on this to type what I need. If I need an apple, I'll write apple right here. And if I press enter, it'll say the item number 1 is the apple. See here, the item number 1 is the apple. With numbers, we can get it easily, right? So I'll show it. So this is our search bar. This is the list. Imagine this is too long. Or for now, it is only a little. So now, I'm gonna write banana. I need to find a banana. It doesn't write here. It does right here on the Scratch toolbar. So, I'm gonna write banana. And I'm gonna click enter. Watch, does it says?
The item number 2 is the answer.
It says that the item number 2 is the answer. So this is the answer, banana. So you can click it and buy it. Okay, that's the answer. And what if I don't know the name? What if I type water? But there's no water here. So I'm gonna click enter.
Sorry, there is no answer for this question.
It says, sorry, there's no answer for this question. Okay, now
Sorry, there is no answer for this question.
Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make this. So, to make this, you need only one Sprite. Just the search bar only. And one backdrop, if you need. Okay, and this project only contains 28 blocks. Okay, now let's try it. I'm going to show you. First, I did is, I take one green flag clicked block. And I made a new list. Go to the variable categories and click on this make a list block. To do this, click on it and you can name it. The list is this item that I made here. This is a list. You can list this that you can store anything to the list just like the variable. But list has more blocks, extra blocks, and item found contains thing like that. So I made a list called items found and for all sprites. So, and I tick it so it can show to the stage. And first, you have this block called delete all of items found. When I click it, everything from the items found just delete it. So when the green flag is clicked, it needs to delete it. If it doesn't delete it, it will be so much. So just put that right there. Then I add a thing to our market. Imagine the list is our market. It has things. So I added apple. And I can add more. Like banana. And I can add another lemon. And also another called strawberry. If you need, you can add a full list of fruits or anything. I'm gonna add 3 more so it is cool and there's more. I'm gonna write bowl and I'm gonna also write cover also paper. Okay, that is more liking. When I click the green flag, I got the answer. Also, I did somehow. I made a sprite and the costumes I made this, and I made a costume with line like this and like this without line but search like this, and a search button right here and an X button. You don't need to put these two because that we are not using now. Somehow if I'll put a video about how to make map in Scratch. A similar map that if you type here and does like this, where is the motion categories, you write, and it'll show where's the motion categories. Like that, so we're using this for that. So you just make these two costumes and it's done. So after you put this code to your Scratch project and add this code also. When green flag clicked, for Everly, it'll switch its costume to this costume, which is this with the line. And it'll also switch its costume to this without the line. That is innocent. I'm going to show you why is it like this. When I open a search bar, the line will blink. That's why I did put a code like this, so it is real search bar looking. So in a forever loop, it does foreverly until we press this stop button. So after you add this code. Forever, if. It'll check this foreverly if any space break or any key is pressed. It'll ask us something, but blank. It'll ask just blank. It'll ask means when I press this, it just get us a blank answer page. So that's why I put this code. Then on an if-else block, item found contains answer. Means in the list categories and the variable categories, you can see this block called items found contains thing. Items found. Items found means my list's name and contains something. When I click on this block, it shows false. But my list did not contain this thing. But when I change this to Apple and click on that block, it shows true. Because I have this thing on my list. That is this block does. On this code, it'll check if items found contains answer. If my answer is lemon, it'll check items found contains lemon. Like that. But if my answer is not the thing that is in my list, it'll do something. I'll describe that later. So if my answer is containing on my list, it'll speak from, you gotta go to this extensions and click on this text to speech so you get that. More blocks, extra blocks, 3 blocks. Speak, join the item number. The item number plus dash. So item number plus dash means item number and a space bar. Join item of answer in item found. The items, which is it'll look for the number and say the number. If we tell Apple, it'll say 1. just like that. And also it'll add another space and tell is the answer. When I click on that, now tell us the item number 0 is the answer. But there's no 0 because I didn't put an answer now. That's because it tells like that. And this is the thing when we put a random answer. It'll say, speak. Sorry. There is no answer for this question in the else categories. So the code is this much only. After you add this code, pause the video to add it. And second, this code also pause, and this code also pause, just for 20 or 31 blocks. Click the green flag and position your sprites, and I added a backdrop saying blue sky too. Green flag. I am searching for a cover. If you press E, now I did over here, you can see. That's because when I press a key, it'll show this box, then it'll check our key presses. So I need to do is when I press one key, then repeat my text. So cover. Click.
The item number 6 is the answer.
Yeah, so it's correct. The item number 6 is the answer. But look, when I put another like random.
Sorry, there is no answer for this question.
That's good. This is how you can make a search bar in Scratch. I found you can make a YouTube in Scratch now. Bye guys!